You don't need an introduction.
I mean, maybe not. You have 19,000. I only have 600.
Still.
The wild thing.
Do you want to say anything about yourself?
I don't know. Did we start yet?
Yeah?
Uh, well, I'll say my name is David.
Okay.
Um, that's it. Anything else?
Nah, that's cool.
Okay.
So when did you find out about veganism?
um, I was maybe I was like 21, I think, and I found Vegan Gains channel, and I was getting into fitness, and so by getting into fitness, I was also getting into nutrition.
Hmm.
And so I was trying to optimize, optimize nutrients. So of course I found veganism, and then I started, and then I don't know, he explains the ethical reasons, the moral reasons, the nutritional reasons, and it was, you couldn't argue with it. And he was buff too.
Hmm. What year was this?
Um, I think it was 2016.
Okay.
hmm From, I was vegan for 450 days,
Uh-huh.
a year and 3 months
Yeah.
from August 2016. No, maybe it was 2015 then. August 2015 to late 2016, I think.
Hmm.
hmm
Okay. And then what happened when you got into it?
Everything was going fine because I never really ate lots of food growing up. I always ate like much less than would be good for me. I was always like a skinny twig. It has something to do with like some emotional thing. I actually still carry something like you know how dogs are protective with their food when they don't know when they're gonna get another meal?
Sure.
Yeah, that's like I have some weird thing with food, so I never really ate too much anyway. So veganism was really good for me because I was already really hungry all the time, and so I started eating grains, lots of potatoes, uh, uh, lots of greens, tons of greens, smoothies, tons of fruit, maybe like 4 or 5 bananas at a time, and everything was fine. I was hungry a lot, but I felt like I was doing something really good for myself and good for the planet. So I didn't really mind. I didn't really mind it, and I was already so skinny too.
Okay, right. Yeah, big difference from your old videos. If you look at the
What?
new ones, your
Uh
body,
huh.
very
Yeah,
different.
I used to work out pretty hard when I was vegan and didn't experience much results. And then when I started eating raw animal products, I can work out the same or even less, and my body develops more.
Hmm.
So that's incredible.
So why did you stop veganism?
Um, I started craving meat. I battled with cravings throughout being vegan. Um, like for cheese and for like some barbecue chicken sandwich or something.
Uh-huh.
And then towards the end of veganism, when I was craving it the most, I thought maybe I had to reapply myself, go further into it. So I tried being raw vegan for like 2 weeks at the end of my vegan thing.
Yeah.
And then I just was really craving chicken or something. And my mom's friend was here visiting, and they had Chinese food, and there was chicken. So I put the chicken onto my salad or something. And then from then on, I just started reintroducing meat because my body was craving it, and I was tired of battling with my body. So I just gave into it. And then soon after, because the research is never over, right? So soon after, uh, I was like, well, if veganism isn't it, I don't think the standard American diet is it either. So I don't remember. But because I was all about debunking Eric Dubay because I fucking hated that guy, and he would comment on the videos I made about him and stuff. And then when scrolling through some videos about him, I saw yours, Why Eric Dubay is Paranoid.
Right.
And then I was like, oh, so why is he so weird? And then I clicked it, and then I saw you eating raw meat. And the first time I saw you eat raw meat, I was intimidated. I was intimidated by the act, like, of you doing it. And I sat with myself, and I was like, well, why am I intimidated by it? And then, but you're also such a calm dude. It's not like you're some weird savage rubbing blood all over your face. I'm sure that's a lot of fun. But
Yeah.
so then I started gearing towards that raw stuff.
Right.
Mm.
Were you not fruitarian also? Was that the raw vegan part?
No, I wasn't
No.
fruitarian.
Okay.
Yeah, just raw for a little while. I started
Mm.
getting really bad gas because I was just eating like these huge green salads with all these raw vegetables, and I would wake up in the middle of the night and just to fart, just because my stomach was like so
Wow.
upset.
Uh,
Yeah. So it was going really well.
did you take B12 or any pills?
I did take B12. I took iodine
Uh,
as a liquid, and I took one more supplement, but I don't remember what it was. So there's three of them. Oh, I was taking omega threes, I think.
right.
Mm,
Why did you do it? Did somebody tell you to?
yeah, I feel like I'm confessing my sins. Um, yeah. Vegans have this strange idea that we used to get B12 because there was dirt. There used to be dirt, and we would get the B12 from dirt on the vegetables and dirt in the water. And it's absolutely ridiculous, but I fell for that one. So I was like, oh, since my vegetables are all clean, I have to get it through a supplement.
Oh man.
Yeah. And then maybe some research just said, like, be careful about omega-3s and be careful about iodine.
Yeah, yeah. Did you have any vegan contacts, friends, anything like that?
Well, there's a strong community online, of course.
Right.
I was just watching all of Vegan Gaines's videos and commenting on he did that series of worst of the fitness industry.
Hmm.
And he would talk about meat. They would talk about meat, and then I would comment like, "Oh, meat's bad, and you're killing yourself," and shit like that. But but no, none of my friends were vegan. Um, I knew some vegan people, but I actually hated them because they were like social justice warriors.
Okay.
And I was always like, besides my YouTube comments about meat eaters, I was always like really low key, just trying to do it right for myself, not trying to please anybody or not trying to, fit in anywhere or anything.
Sure.
Mm.
Any other health issues?
Um, well, I mentioned I wasn't able to grow muscles very well. Um, kind of the veganism was kind of like it was like almost my eating habits manifestation of all of my emotional problems. Like I said, I never ate much, so I was already really skinny. I had all these emotional. I was never assertive or aggressive. I was never confident. So veganism kind of fit right into to all of these things and maybe maximized. You think you're like doing the world a favor and you're this benevolent, positive, sympathetic, whatever, and it's a lot of things associated with being weak-minded. and I was already so naturally weak-minded because I was raised mostly by like my really emotional mother. My dad didn't do much of a good job uh, with like masculine energy things. But health problems, I was really skinny anyway. I was hungry. Um, no rashes, no. I think I was used to starving already, so nothing too bad manifested.
Hmm. Okay.
Mm.
Anything else you want to add about veganism?
Um, it's silly.
Okay. The
Yeah,
videos you made about it are great, man.
I don't remember what I don't know what I was so passionate about in the videos, what I was
It
saying
was
about it.
probably right after you quit. That's why.
Yeah, and also when I had that mid-length hair, I was also pretty self-righteous. So I was really excited about what I was saying. Now I'm not so excited about it because I keep finding out that I'm wrong about stuff, or I keep, it's never like you've reached, I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for you. You're older than me and stuff, but I'm definitely not growing, and I've definitely had problems with like being humble. So I can't get too excited or to
Sure.
yeah, and like I said, it was such a natural progression into veganism that it just like came and went. It's not like I wasn't trying to prove anything. I wasn't trying to fit in anywhere. It's just like it came and went. And now same thing with the raw. Well, I don't know. So that's all I guess I have to say about veganism. It's silly. Um, I used to believe that breatharianism was possible. I
Mm.
used to hear people say, and I used to agree with, gorillas eat lots of plants, elephants eat lots of plants, and they're really strong. But the amount of plants that the animals eat and the digestive mechanisms that they have to deal with the plants, both of those. So there's no way we can eat 400 pounds of plants in a day like an elephant, and we don't have the digestive mechanisms for the plants anyway. So, and also the plants are full of nutrients. I'm sure the plants are full of nutrients, but it's getting to the nutrients. That's the that's the thing. It says on a bag of kale 400% vitamin K or whatever. Not that it's wrong, but that you're not going to get 400% of vitamin K. So it's just like it's this like terrible disinformation type of thing.
You would have to turn it into the animal vitamin K2 to actually use it, and for that you would
Hmm.
need saturated animal fat. And vegans don't even think about any of this because they demonize saturated animal fat, which you actually
Hmm.
need to make these vitamins.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, something I
They
heard
don't
you
even
say
think
was
about what other animals do, how the digestion
no,
works, nothing.
no. And they only pick animals that coincide with what they want to believe. They don't look at animals who do things that they don't like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Where do you think veganism is heading?
Um, it kind of I think it started on like the outer rim of mainstream society because it was really well intentioned. Uh, People are trying to save the world and trying to do so. It started out here, and it's encroaching to the center. Now it's getting more mainstream, and you're seeing more TV shows, more magazines, more food pyramid shit. And so the average person who eats a standard American diet is going to think that veganism is going to help him. So it's like a disease that started on the outskirts, and it's going to, reach its apex in the middle, and then it's going to be done away with because, only the strong survive. The old people are going to die and the weak people are going to die, or they're going to suffer enough so that they save themselves.
Hmm.
And so it's probably just going to get more popular, and then it's going to disappear. And then the raw primal thing is like the runner-up. It's covering the trail of slime that veganism is leaving behind. And so it's going to follow veganism into mainstream society.
Mm.
Even your channel is like it's a really big sign that with this new technology that you could have this platform and that it's so available to anybody. Uh, Soon you're just not going to be able to avoid the information.
Mm.
So I have hope.
Did you believe that killing animals is wrong?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Talk about
yeah.
that a little bit.
Okay. Let me know if I speak too much.
No, man.
Um, I thought animals they were just like us. Our lives are equal to them. They they miss their families. They're building homes and shelters, and they feel the suffering and they feel the pain, and I want to protect all of life. I want to save everybody from any degree of suffering because pain is bad and chaos is bad and stuff like that. And it's true that animals do experience suffering. They do experience pain. It's true that it's bad to, put 6 chickens in a cage. It's bad to trap the cows where they get diseases and then their milk is bad. Um, but I suppose like you can't let a few people's, you can't let the slaughterhouses or the bad ones, right? You can't let this factory farming ruin animal products. Um, I also think that it's this idea that humans aren't animals. That's what makes it okay for us to think that it's okay for us to have mercy on animals and try to save animals because we're not animals. So we have this power to remove animals from their world of suffering because we exist outside of their world of suffering. But in fact, the human animal and the other animals have everything in common. And so there's no saving anything from nature. You can't save yourself from, life and death or whatever, the cycle of life and death. You can't save yourself from pain that you have to experience. So it's just this big romantic idea that everything could be perfect. But according to us, right? Because things are perfect according to nature, or things, you know what I mean? So there's no saving. We can do things better, right? We can help the animals so they're happier and more fat and more free. But not to pretend like we can escape our suffering, our plight as animals, and therefore we can help other animals escape their plight.
Mm.
I like eating the happiest and healthiest animals, but so I'm all for the animals healthy and happy.
Mm.
I don't know.
Okay. Was there anything you believed about veganism that changed after some kind of epiphany almost, where you thought,
Hmm.
wow, how did I believe that?
Absolutely. Well, almost everything. But the I used to perpetuate the idea that our molars are flat and made for grinding. Our digestive system is like an herbivore. Um, Tools. If we were meant to eat animals, we would have really long teeth and claws. Uh, and all of this goes out the window because obviously nature gave us the ability to make tools and nature gave us hands.
Mhm.
My molars aren't even flat anyway. I used to say they were flat, but they never were. So
What did you think
that
about the front teeth? How did you
I
explain
don't
that?
know. I tried. Maybe I didn't even explain it because the things that vegans can't explain, they don't even address.
Right.
So and then the biggest thing was that we are animals. That was the biggest thing. Spiritually, we're taught that we aren't animals, and then this somehow leaks over into the secular world, how we're not animals, but we are, and that was maybe the biggest thing.
Mm.
You know, we smell like them, we poop like them, we eat like them, we give birth like them, we have sex like them. So we're a part of this kind of brutal, the veganism and the whole new age community is like this romantic idea that we could avoid all of the blood, all of the pain, all of the gross, all of this and that, but it's not to be avoided, right? The secretions from our body, the dark aspects from inside us, none of it is to be avoided. Nothing can be swept aside. So it's kind of like surrendering to the idea that we're in this chaotic nature thing. That was the biggest thing.
Mm. All right, man. There's nothing else you want to add?
Mm,
You can think about it. You have so much to say always in your videos.
yeah, I know. It's not it's not even about I suppose the people who watch this video are going to be the ones who resonate with like the way I think or whatever. So the way I look at it is it's not even about the nutrition. It's not about the vitamins I was missing. It's not about the getting over cancer. It's just about it's about the spiritual aspect of us consuming life. It's about how it's like an emotional blockage that I carried around about all the bad things, all the things that religion says are bad, and all the things that the secular world says are bad. They should all disappear. And so you try to make them disappear on the outside. You don't want to see violence. You don't want to see gore. You don't want to see pain. And then you try to do the same on the inside. You don't want to participate in the animals dying. You don't want to participate in the pain or the violence. And so the biggest release is that that life is chaos, and that we're a part of whatever nature is doing here. We're a part of it. Uh, we're also just birthed like an animal, and we're going to die like an animal as well. And it's this emotional realization that allows me to consume the foods that are right for me. Emotional blockades will even show you where you need to go. Like I said, the first time I saw you eat raw meat, I was intimidated, and that's an emotional blockade. And so getting through your emotions, kind of realizing that nature designed all of your emotions and nature designed all of your feelings. None of them are bad. Nothing is gross. Nothing is evil. Um, then you're free. Then you're free to just experiment and do what is best for you. So you just experiment with veganism, and then you see how your body is. Don't do it because of feeling. Uh, then you experiment with the raw meat, and then you see, because you're free now. No, don't let your emotions stop you from experimenting. You're going to die anyway one day, right? So might as well like try to do things right while you're here, uh, instead of being afraid, and instead of, that's it. That's the that's the thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Cool, man.
Yeah,
How's your life?
it's good. It's good. It's fine. I'm developing muscle now. I'm there's much more testosterone flowing through me, which is good for both muscle building and emotional tackling. But but again, it's just getting to the other side of that emotional blockade. That's the that's like more, I guess, what my journey is about. It's more of an emotional thing than the physical the physical details.
Mm.
So I still eat. I still crave sugar, especially when I let myself get tired, when I let myself get hungry. Then the kind of instincts come out, the cravings and the addictions and stuff like that. Um, but I'm drinking a ton of milk. I like eggs a lot. Still haven't had any raw organs because there's no local butcher around me. I just go to Whole Foods and get like
Hmm.
ribeye.
Have you been to the website eatwild.com?
No, never heard of it.
You should go, man. I checked in Florida. There's so many farms.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's something around your area.
Okay, eat wild. Thanks a lot.
Eat wild, yeah, wild thing. Fits.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Is that you're the bomb, dude. Is that it for like the vegan questions?
Yeah,
Okay. Uh, I think I've said everything.
yeah, it was good.
It's helpful just to get it out, I suppose. If I missed something in the videos I made before, maybe I got it out here, and it's good to get it out.
Right.
Taste is it's really a big trap, huge trap.
Hmm.
We get so much pleasure from our food. We get so much emotional pleasure from our food, so it's like we cover up the things we have to deal with, partly with our food. So it's not about taste. Sometimes vegans say like meat eaters are doing it for taste or something, but it's not. Eating a barbecue chicken sandwich, that's for taste.
And at the same time, they put so many spices on their food and they cook all day long and they only eat for taste because most plants taste pretty terrible. Even the man-made ones,
Hmm.
vegetables, that's not tasty at all.
You're right. They're making smoothies and they're putting fruit on everything, putting sugar on everything, and
Yeah,
uh,
they're totally addicted to taste.
yeah, silly.